Hello everyone, today we're back in the world of Reclamation, and I'm your host, Hamas28. So, since we left off, I made a couple of adjustments to the base. As you can see, there's a kind of mediocre mob farm above the altar that doesn't work too well, but works well enough for what we need. And at the request of many people, we finally built the pure wheat farm. That way we can just harvest tons of wheat, and you don't have to see me waste time scavenging for little pieces of wheat to make toast. We could just come over here and we have literally thousands of stacks of wheat. And then this one has some other stuff that we might need, like mandrake root, sugarcane, flax, and other things like that. These stack upgrades are actually super cheap to make. And with 2 stack upgrade tier 2s, it multiplies each slot to 1024, which is really nice. Makes it quite easy to manage. I did a little bit more with bees, specifically just getting the natural bee. As you can see here, if we look into the resource generation, that's the only one I got. It was a pain. To get to the natural bee, so I could make the nature seeds, you need all 3 nether bees. And then to get the nether bees, you need all of the rocky bees. And it's horrible, because when you're hybridizing the rocky bees, they can devolve back into the prior form. And then once you finally get the nether bees, these guys sting ya in the nether. So I had to make the apiar's gear, which is why I needed the centrifuge, because you needed propolis, I believe, to make the apiary gear so they don't sting ya. And then once you finally do all that, you can breed the natural bee. As you can see, it takes a cursed drone and a dried drone. So luckily it doesn't take more than that. This was the hardest one to get. But then once you do that, you finally get this guy, and you get your magical combs, and then you can spin these into Infernium Essence. And there was one other thing. What else? Or was it? This guy, nature. Yeah, there it is. They also have the small chance, the queen itself has a small chance to get you the nature essence, and then you need 4 of these, I believe. Yeah, just 4 to make the nature seeds. So as soon as I had enough essence to make the seeds, I pretty much ignored the bees again. And I expanded our mystical agriculture farm over here and added a lot of those ore seeds. Now we can grow gold, lead, silver, copper, coal, the nature, and iron? Did I miss iron? I think I did miss iron. So you can see here. So we added iron, coal, lead, gold, copper, silver, nature, and then the fertilized essence is just a drop we get from these growing. I think that is what someone told me. But it's really nice. Now we don't have to waste time getting this kind of stuff. We get it automatically. Next thing I want to build is probably another tree farm, just so you can get charcoal from this, but it's a lot slower than just building a tree farm and then converting that into charcoal. But regardless, that's what I was up to in the meantime. Now continuing on, I really wanted to get to the budding amethyst. That way we can just make more amethyst and then using alchemy convert that over into more diamonds. But sadly I took a look, and to make the first budding amethyst you need to do this circle magic. And the magic itself isn't that difficult, but it requires 2 sin runes from Botania, and the sin runes, if you take a look here, are actually gated behind terrasteel over here. So before we can even touch that, we need to do the terrasteel, and that kind of negates a lot of the stuff down here, because you do kind of need a lot of amethyst to make it easier, especially getting the diamonds. As you can see, I got 6 of them, because I don't think we're going to need 6 entirely. I just thought that was a good number. But just standing here eating toast and getting life essence was really, really slow. So I don't want to do that any more than I have to. What's a thunderstorm? Let's see if we can sleep through this one. But regardless, we can put that on hold for now while we continue delving into Botania. So if you remember from the... Hard to talk over the lightning and the thunder. If you remember from Botania, making the terrasteel is actually not too difficult, but it is quite expensive, which is why I have charcoal running on these guys here, filling up our mana pools. So we get to take a look. This one has about a quarter. That one's almost full. That one is less. That one has less. I wonder why this one has the most. Interesting. I thought it would be evenly split. Minus this one that feeds that. But regardless, we need to make terrasteel, which you can see has these 3 parts. So first we need to make the terrestrial agglomeration plate, which in this pack requires 3 blocks of lapis, a block of mana steel, and 5 runes. So the block of mana steel should be the easiest part of this. You just take a block of iron, and we need to convert this into infused iron over here. And then that will make, the infused iron block that we can convert into mana steel. But then we're going to need the 5 runes. Rune of water, earth, mana, air, and fire. So we're also going to need some more mana steel for these by the looks of it, because there'll be rune of fire, rune of water, and that also takes 1. I don't know why I'm clicking out of it, I could just do that. There we go. Okay, that's 1. Let's make another one of these, like so. This is the easy part, you just throw that in. But then these are going to take a lot of little pieces, but we should have everything. This one's the most expensive, taking a bunch of amount of steel. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so another block is enough. We already have the rune of water, the rune of earth, so we're just going to need the rune of air and the rune of fire, which they usually come in pairs. So do I already have the other one just like stashed in here somewhere? Doesn't look like it. Oh, and there's the laundry, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, and we're back. Just finished up the laundry, had to bring that up. Grab this block, and we're going to convert this one into more mana steel. So now we should have everything we need. So for the rune of air, it's going to take wool carpeting, mana powder, string, and bamboo. Mana powder can be anything like sugar. We should have a bunch of that. Let's see. This one also needs one. Then string, bamboo, and wool. So we can come over here and grab our flax. That will get us the string and the wool carpet. 2, 3, 4, 5. Make that. Actually, it needs carpet, so I need 1 more. Like so. To make the carpets. And 1 piece of bamboo. We're not growing that over here, but we do have 1 tree for 1 piece of bamboo. And that's everything we need for this. And then we're also going to need some living rock, which I don't know if we have any left in reserve. Oh, there we go. So we're going to need 1 carpet, string, powder, 1 mana steel, and good to go. So let's place all of these onto the altar. Place the living rock. Now when that's done, we hit it. Okay, it just gave it back. So when that's done, we'll give it the living rock, and then we'll grab our rune. Bam! 2 rune of air. Now to make the rune of fire, we're going to need the mana powder, mana steel, a nether brick, nether wart, and ember shard. So we should have nether wart and brick in a chest somewhere. Let's see, nether wart, nether brick, and we're going to need ember what? Ember shard. So that was mana steel, mana powder, ember shard, brick, and nether wart. So if we put all of these together, we get a rune of fire. Now while that's cooking, to make the rune of mana, that's just a mana pearl and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana steel. And that was... These are the ender pearls. Okay, that's done. Convert one of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this should be all the items we need. Then we just needed the block and then the block of lapis lazuli, which we have here. So we just finished this off. Let's see how we look on mana. 1 and 1. Yeah, I wonder which one... Wonder which one it's pulling from. And there we go. So now we have all of our runes. Now we can just craft this. Done. 1 terrasteel agglomeratic plate. Now we're going to use this to make terrasteel, which as you can see, takes half of a mana pool's worth of mana. 1 mana diamond, 1 mana pearl, and 1 mana steel. So we have 2 mana steel, we need 1 mana diamond, 1 mana pearl. Like so. And this is actually a multi-block as well, from what I remember. So to make this, we need... Let's see, glom. Why is it locked? It shouldn't be locked. There we go, terrasteel. Yeah, it does say that sparks are the most efficient, but it's actually the only way to do it. If you try to do it a different way, you just can't do it fast enough. Now, this is gonna take... What kind of blocks are these? I know this is lapis, but I forget. I think that's just living rock, right? We're gonna put this over here next to the mana pools. Let's see. Yeah, this is just living rock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put that on the top. Then we need 4 blocks of lapis, which we don't have. We can make more lapis though. With glowstone. So we need 4 glowstone blocks. We have 1. We can make a glowstone as well. Let's see, we make glowstone from the dust, from what I remember, right? Yeah, great conversion, guys. Let's see. Soon we'll have the conjuration catalyst, which means you could just double stuff. But for right now, it's a little bit annoying. Because we need, yeah, we have to do this craft, which is blaze powder and gunpowder. How much do I have of that left over? We do have the blaze powder. Let's see, we can make more gunpowder, but it's a little bit annoying. Yeah, we have none in there. So I think we're all out of gunpowder. And I haven't hunted any creepers in the meantime. Let's see, gunpowder, ember crystals. Oh, there we go, some more gunpowder. And this was a... What was the ratio for this? It's a... So it's a 1-1 into 2. We need... This craft... 1 block of glowstone equals 1 block of lapis. We need 4 blocks. So if this is 2... Then I think we have just enough. So throw that in here. Oh, there's a skeleton. See, we're at 24,000. And it went up a little bit. Why was that so loud? Let's see if I can fix that. Music and sounds. Let's lower that a little bit. See, that might be under hostile creatures. Let's lower that to like 40. Along with the cows. Cows are kind of loud too. Okay, so that's all sorted. Now we have 1 glowstone. We need 3 more. So that's 2. And then we should just be able to convert these in here. You put those there, we take our blood bucket, convert this, grab some more. 2. Yeah, we should have just enough. Grab that. And convert it over. And there it goes. So we need one more block of glowstone. And how much does this take per operation? Was it a full 1,000 or was it less? It was a full 1,000. Okay. So let's do that. Grab our final block of glowstone here. We'll give it a little bit of time, and then we'll come back once we have the remaining 4. All right, we have our 4 blocks of lapis. Let's go ahead and finish the base of our multi-block, and let's see if we can get ourselves some terrasteel. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Completed. Now, lastly, before we start this, we do need to make a spark. Now, a spark is pretty simple. It just takes petals, blaze powder, and gold, and I put all the blaze powder in the machine, so let me grab that again. Let's see. It is a little bit annoying getting blaze powder right now, because you have to keep spawning in the blazes. Luckily, with the tier 3 runes, I believe we'll be able to unlock the next tier, because to make the Imperium Essence, you need source gems from Ars Nouveau. And since they only take lapis and amethyst, they're actually pretty cheap to get. Which means we'll unlock this, and then I can start working on some of the other seeds, like the steel, blaze, nether quartz, redstone, lapis, amethyst, glowstone, let's see, uranium. We might need that. Osmium, also pretty good. But then lastly, the final 5 are going to come a lot later. I'm not sure how useful these are going to be at that point, but I mean, it's always good to have infinite diamonds. So let's see, what was I doing? Alright, making the spark. So we're going to need some petals. We'll use red. Convert that into here. We're going to need some diamond nuggets. Gold nuggets. To make a spark. Now, we do need multiple of these. Because you have to place one over here. You can see it floats above. And then you need another one at the mana pool. So which one's the most full? Okay, this one has the most in it. Can I put it? I wonder if there's an easier way to balance this out. Like, could I just use more mana spreaders and put it around? Like in a circle? Might be, but at this configuration, there's enough mana in here to do this one time. So, to make our terrasteel, you need a mana diamond, mana steel, and a mana pearl. Mana steel, mana diamond, mana pearl. And you just put it on this. Right click, right click, right click. And there it goes, and you can see how quickly this gets drained. It drains extremely fast. This is when, at this point, this is when you really need to like up your mana generation. Because using this to make terrasteel is extremely expensive. And since I'm also using it for electricity, it's kind of running double duty. Oh, and there it goes, all done. Advancement made, Dancer in the Dark. I will select mana pearl, the mana diamond, because diamonds are forever. And now that we have that, we've unlocked Sin Runes and the portal to Alfheim. So I think from here we are going to do the portal to Alfheim first, because the Conjuration Catalyst is extremely powerful. Just take a look at some of the crafts you can do with it. Double Skystone, double leaves, okay, there's a lot of leaf doubling, but you can double coal. Yeah, double glowstone. Okay, why are half of these leaves? Yep, there we go. Double the nether quartz, double the redstone. Okay, so half of them are doubling leaves. But the important stuff, double redstone, quartz, glowstone, is super good. Because those items take a lot of steps to get through, especially something like nether quartz. Because you remember, it comes from here. Where is it? It has a convert redstone. And we don't want to waste our life essence converting redstone into nether quartz when we could just convert it from mana. Now let's see, it will take another half, so that's pretty full. We'd have to pull the mana into here. which we can do. Can I link multiple to this? I wonder... Let's see. Spark. Created from a combination. Placing a spark over a mana pool and another over a nearby block that can accept it will allow the latter to access the former's reserves on demand. They can be dyed with dye. They can only splash with phantom ink to make them disappear. Okay, so we can actually make more of these. We're going to need more petals, but I can make 3 more to put on these pools to accomplish the same thing. Let's see, let's make some bone meal. Grab our flour bag. Let's see, let's use a blue. Grab this. Grab another blue. And craft some more. So let's grab another one of these. And we are going to need... Do I have any more bone meal? I should have some in here. There we go, 35. Let's see, what else is a small one? This is a small one. Like so. And let's see, you're a small one too. The cyan. Grab that. Make this. And then we're going to need one more. Place these right here. And now we should have enough mana in here, because that's like 33, closer to 40, and 25. So that's at least 2 more terrasteel ingots if we need it. So now to make the portal to Alfheim, we're going to definitely need some more mana pools, because this one wants you to do it too, which is definitely doable, but it will take a lot of mana. So to make the Elven Gateway Core, we're going to need 3 terrasteel nuggets, like so. And we're going to need living wood logs. Let's see, so we can make some more of these just by converting. Because I don't recall if I actually have some in reserve. So let's convert all of that, and let's go check. I might have some living wood logs in this chest. Let's see, no living wood. We got hawthorn. It's not what we need. Ancient, rowan. There's so many types of logs. More spruce. But no living. And this is also a multi-block as well. Oh, we're also going to need more living rock. So let's make some more stone. So let's come over here. We're going to convert another stack. So we're going to turn this one on, right? That's not the right one. Off. Is this one? There we go. Convert that. Let's see, do we have any more? We don't, but that's fine. Turn that off. Turn it off. Grab our stone. And let's convert this. Yep, looks like that's all done. Grab our botanist broad axe to harvest all of this. And we're going to convert this. See, this should be enough living rock for our next applications, I believe. But now that we have that, we can make our Elven Gateway Core. Done. Now, to make the Natura pylons, we're going to need an Eye of Ender and 2 mana pylons, which will take another 2 mana diamonds and more mana steel. So you can see why it was a good idea to pick the mana diamond, especially right now. So convert that. Make 2. Wait. Yeah, 2 of these. Then we need gold and mana steel, so we're going to need some more iron. Convert this guy. Convert that into infused. And then we don't even have to waste time making more iron. We could just come over to our chest over here that has our iron essence. And we can convert this into ingots. Another 48. Now let's see, this does take a lot of aura, but the trees are doing fine, which is a good sign. Now, someone was telling me about the loop you can do, is that since you can convert 1 iron into 4 copper, but then you can convert 1 copper into 1 iron, that is another way you can make a lot of iron through alchemy. It's just a little bit annoying. Convert that into our mana steel. Now that that's done, we can make our 2 Natura pylons. I mean the mana pylons. I wonder what these are for, because the only time... It's a structure that pulls natural energies from the earth and uses them to power enchanting. Setting one adjacent to the enchanting table, like a bookshelf, will increase the power. Just 2 are needed to reach level 30. See, I don't see the point of making these. If all they do is for reaching level 30, you could just use bookshelves. I mean, I guess it's kind of useful for like aesthetics, but that's kind of about it. But now we can convert this into the first Natura pylon, and then the second one. Quest completed, the portal to Alfheim. Now that's done, we actually need to make the portal before we can access a lot of the useful stuff. And let's see, why is the book so loud? Let's see, for the portal, Elven, yeah, there we go. You need 8 living wood blocks, 3 glimmering, and the glimmering blocks are made from glowstone and a living wood log. And it said we need 3, right? 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll put this guy, I guess, next to this portal. And the way you build this, it's actually quite easy. You put the Elven Gateway core in the middle, 2 living wood logs like so. Then you're going to go ahead and put 1 here, 1 here. Let me grab our axe. Yeah, you can see it has trouble trying to do it because you're also trying to repair the axe. Like so. You put glimmering, then you top these with glimmering living wood. Another log on the top. Then another 2, like so. And I forgot this one. Okay, I did more than forget. I made it too small. So let's break these. You do 1 here, 1 here, and then you need to make it taller, like so. Harvest that, take off this corner, the corners never matter. And that is the frame for the portal to Alfheim. But now to actually build it, we're going to need 2 mana pools. Okay, they just take 5. I thought they were going to take something else. You need 2 mana pools to be nearby with your Natura pylons above them, like so. Now it does take quite a lot of mana to keep this running. I believe especially the first time. Luckily we do have our band of mana, which we can use here. So if we convert this, you could throw it in. And we can see how much mana is in there. You can see the band of mana actually holds quite a lot, but looks like it's actually drained it all. And this band of mana is really, really slow. Yeah, you can upgrade it. So it was actually this thing, right? The Band of Aura. Yeah, it generates a slow trickle of it. You can upgrade it using a terrasteel ingot to get even more. So I probably want to do that next at some point. Because I've been wearing this thing for quite a long time and it barely generated not even 25%, like 15%, which is really, really low. Then we're gonna have to put some mana in here. So we should actually, we can just use the ring to steal some mana out of this one. So if you just swap this, throw that inside. Oh, there it goes. Let's drain about like 25%. Yeah, that's good enough. Take it out. And set this one to suck instead of blow. We'll get that going in there, and then we can start this guy. And then to turn it on, you literally just have to right-click the Elven Gateway core once it has enough power. So let's see. Throw that in here. I think it's all out. Yep. So that should be just enough to turn this guy on, because what we're gonna need from this, we're gonna need Elementium ingots and pixie dust. Pixie dust comes from throwing a mana pearl in there. And let's see, pixie dust, Elementium ingots I mean, come from 2 mana steel ingots. So before we even turn this on, we're gonna need to convert these guys. What is this? With the acquisition of specially charged elven materials, you can create an even stronger mana generating base. Cake, wool, and even other mana flowers can all be mulched into even more mana. The Elven Mana Spreader is more efficient than its Living Wood predecessor. It shoots larger bursts faster and farther. Dreamwood. And that's just throwing Living Wood in here. Interesting. Lots of good stuff. So let's turn this guy on. Oh, gotta take the shield off. Oh, with the wand. There we go. And it's activated. So you can see it does, let's see, that lost like half of it. Let's convert these ender pearls. Actually, do I need to convert all of them? We just need 1. Because I want this conjuration catalyst, so we're also going to need 3 of these, which will take the last 6 of our ingots here. And hopefully this is enough. We're missing 1. It might be on the back. Yep, there it is. And then lastly, always throw in your book to upgrade it. This is how you unlock all of the, what's the word? What was it? Yeah, the Elven stuff, which is the upgrade to everything. So now that that's done, we can make our Conjuration Catalyst using that Alchemy Catalyst we made a long time ago. Oh, we're missing 1 living rock. But now that that's done, we can make this. And we'll put this one, we'll put it under this block. Because if we check the quest book, the Conjuration Catalyst can duplicate certain items for a relatively moderate mana cost. No more fiddling around with potions or distilling to make your redstone and glowstone. So we put that in here. And now if we want to make more glowstone, you can see the mana is about 1/4. You can throw that in, and you just get 2 out of it. You can see it is quite expensive, which means you will need more mana generation in the future. But now we can literally duplicate redstone and glowstone. We don't have to distill it anymore, which is quite good. And now that that's done, we can work on the sin runes. So you can see, using terrasteel, you can make the 3rd tier of botanic runes, sin runes. And these are the 7 sins. The ones we're going to need are going to take 2, I believe, the rune of gluttony and rune of greed. They only take 1 nugget each, so they're not too expensive. It's just annoying, because now we have to make another terrasteel ingot, which is extremely expensive. And we're going to have to keep this guy energized up as well, because even after throwing in quite a lot of coal, this guy's empty. And we didn't even get a lot. But now that we have access to the Elven stuff, we can make a lot better ones. Conducts more mana faster and for longer without mana loss. They can't be turned into mana spreaders, but that's fine. Then you can make a Gaia mana spreader. They fire larger payloads at once and fire less often. What is a Dragonstone? I don't think I ever made a Dragonstone in Liminal Industries. Oh, it's just a mana diamond. Interesting. What I'm interested in is some of the new generating flowers. Let's see, because now we can make the better stuff. Let's see, like this one. The Dandelion is not recommended for the faint of heart. While it's likely the most efficient flower available, it's also one of the least straightforward to use. The flower's function... Oh, it's this one. The Game of Life one. Yeah, this one's kind of complicated. If you ever heard of... It says it in here, right? Yeah, Conway's Game of Life, that's exactly what it is. It's Conway's Game of Life. And people say this is a magic mod and not a tech mod. But regardless, we accomplished quite a lot today. Got where I wanted to get us to, because now that we have access to terrasteel, I can make the Sin Runes, and we can start moving through Ars Nouveau next. Because you can see, to make the Amethyst Buddy, we are going to need rituals from Ars Nouveau. And then once we have that, we can make the Budding Amethyst, and then have Amethyst produced automatically. And this guy produces quite a lot of Amethyst. I used it a long time ago in Cisco's mod when I played that. And if you just leave him alone, you end up with tons of Amethyst for no work at all. It's extremely convenient. And why are there so many zombies crawling over here? It's crazy. And if you notice on the minimap, some chickens escaped. It was actually quite annoying. I logged back in to do some farming, and I come out over here. I come over here, and you see this block of dirt? You see this block of dirt? This block of dirt was on the inside, so they literally just jumped on and then left. That's why some more animals also escaped. I was too lazy to get all of them back in, so I just grabbed 2 of each. But regardless, we made great efforts today, so I guess next episode we're going to start working on Ars Nouveau. Now, to make source gems, we are going to need lapis and or amethyst. But these are some of the easier ones to get, especially from the blood magic. So I'm not too concerned about getting those, and then it should be pretty quick to start making the budding amethyst now that we have access to the Sin Runes. So anyways, I'm your host, Hummus28, and I'll see you guys next time.